Hello everyone, InnerGameMac here, and today we're gonna look at the Machenike G3S dual mode controllers. Well, the controller, and I ordered this on AliExpress, and I believe it cost me about 23 bucks. It was a pre-order, and the previous model of this controller used to be connected via cable to whatever device you wanted to connect it to, and they made a new iteration and made this wireless. Not Bluetooth, unfortunately, but wireless nonetheless with a USB Type A dongle. And as you can see on the package, there's a white iteration. It's a little bit clear on the front, where you can see that it also has RGB lights, and there was also a black semi-transparent option. And although the packaging shows the white one, I got the black one. I will do a fake unboxing with you guys because I actually bought this controller for my sister, and I wanted to see whether she liked it, and if yes, then I would get the white one because I really like the semi-transparent icy look on it with the RGB lights. But I decided not to get them, and I will let you know why. Not to say that these controllers are bad, it's just there were some things that were not quite up my alley. But yeah, let's just take a quick tour around the box. We got some labels here, the top. The packaging was a bit beat up during the delivery process, unfortunately, but yeah, the content survived. And on the back, I'm not sure if you can read it well, but this is the black version that we got, and the it is a multi-platform. It's compatible with multiple platforms. Yeah, PC, Switch, Android, Steam. Plug and play, it says. And then it also says the D-pad features 110 million lifespan mechanical switch. So we will have a mechanical switch D-pad. Silver joystick, precise circular calibration, zero dead zone operation, yada yada. And 255 level fast rebound silicon linear trigger. So it's not Hall effect, but it's fine. So let's get to unboxing this thing. And you just put it out like this, or maybe not. It's a little bit stuck because of the beat up packaging. Just violently pull it out like this. Okay, so that's what you get in the box. I am very sure that there was a manual inside. It got lost on the way when my sister used it. Just gonna throw it to the side. But since I don't read manuals anyways, we can ignore that. Otherwise, it would have been nice to just, show you a little bit so you can pause and read it for yourselves. Imagine that there was a manual. You can probably find it on the internet. It's not with me right now, but you will get the controller and the USB-A dongle with it. No labeling. Sometimes you have the name of the brand somewhere printed on, but not the case here. So you will have to use that, and it's 2.4 gigahertz. So pulling. Whenever I do unboxings for myself, I am usually a bit more blunt. But yeah, I try to be a little bit more graceful when I unbox it for you guys. Anyways, this is the controller with the dongle, and as you can see, it's the black version. Again, we got full motion joysticks, the mechanical switch D-pad. It's pretty clicky, as you can hear. The buttons, I would guess stone switch buttons. Correct me if I'm wrong though, I'm not a buttons expert yet, I'm getting into it. These sound like micro switches. Oh, okay, I turned it on and here you can see the RGB light effects, and I think it looks really nice when you boot it up, and it will run and basically run through the RGB colors and not pulsate. I think you can also go through different lighting modes, but since I lost or rather my sister lost the manual, I don't know how to switch the light mode. Technically you can switch through the different colors and then set it to whatever you want, or you just leave it at this where it just goes through the color wheel. And I think this looks really nice. You can see the semi-transparent shell. There's also, I'm not sure if you can see it, but also a texture printed on. It's more decorative. It's it does nothing much to the overall feel, but talking about feel, the shell, the plastic quality itself feels nice and solid. It's not a smooth texture. It's a bit like sanded, but that's nice. That's usually the case with semi-transparent plastics, and it feels nice because it just helps having a better grip. So the front is transparent. You could see it if you hold it against the light. I'm not sure if the camera can catch it, but the front here is semi-transparent, maybe like 80% transparent, and then actually I think the whole body is semi-transparent. You got a button here on the back. Not sure what it does, to be honest, and I have no way of finding out right now. But here on the grips on the back, you can also see that it's actually textured, a bit more rough, which is really nice because then it also helps with the grip. And I gotta say, it feels pretty nice in the hand. It doesn't feel cheap. Everything feels solid. The triggers are also slightly textured. It's just still just plastic, but that's a nice detail that they added. So you can press the L and R1 buttons across the whole board, and the R2 and L2 triggers also have nice travel, and there's a slight resistance when you push all the way down, which is a nice touch. Not too soft. Sometimes some controllers, they do the resistance thing, and sometimes it makes the controllers feel a little bit mushy towards the end, but that's not the case here. Feels pretty nice and solid. Yeah, we have the joysticks. They are full range ones, which is to be expected with a full sized controller like that. And I don't have the testing app to see whether we got dead zones or not. This is more like a simple unboxing. But yeah, something that I don't quite enjoy is that it is rubber textured somewhat, but it feels very, very rough. It's not smooth rubber, and I'm not sure if it's rubber or just textured plastic. That's how tough the surface feels. Either way, there's also a slight texture, and they are concave. So I like it that way, so it's easy to get into all directions. What I don't like as much is when you tilt the joysticks, you can feel that it will rub against the edges of this, I don't know what to call it, of the edge of this. You will feel that it scratches against it, so there will be some wear when time passes. So that's something to look out for. Maybe you can also add some plastic rings to protect the edges so that the plastic doesn't wear off and scratch against these joysticks as much. The buttons have a nice size. You can see they're almost as large as my little thumbs, and they feel nice. The travel is nice. It doesn't go all the way into the shell, which I also like. They feel pretty solid. Same goes for the for these what do you call these buttons, and yeah, I like the RGB effects also on this button. It looks pretty cool, not too invasive, not too bright, so it just looks cool while you game. Now coming to the D-pad, as the box said, it's a mechanical switch D-pad, and it's quite clicky. Some people may like it. It has a nice pivot. Maybe you can see it. So yeah, and it's also flaring up a bit to the sides. I hope you can see that. It doesn't go entirely into the shell when you press all the directions. When I just test it out like this, I can hear, okay, it will not do accidental diagonals, and still, due to its shape, you can still roll over the D-pad and probably get nice diagonals while you do so. What I don't like, I don't know if it's the mechanical switches. I am usually more a fan of rubber dome connections, to be honest. I think the D-pad on the Odin 2 is also has micro switches, but those feel nice. Here, I don't know, it feels a little bit mushy to me, less satisfying, but I think that's also a matter of individual taste. It's not for me, but those of you who like mechanical switches, you will probably like it. It has a nice tilt. You can reach everything, all directions easily, and it will probably not input false diagonals. And yeah, on the top we have the USB-C connection, and that's it, to be honest. So how does it work when you connect the device? Yeah, I already tested this for you guys. Here I got my Odin 2, and I also got my USB dongle, hub, where you can just connect it. And as you can hear, it also has vibration motors that I forgot to mention, but it will light up and then vibrate, and then you know it's connected. I think it's lighting up red because it needs to charge. I believe on the AliExpress webpage it said that it will last quite a long time. I think it has a 600 milliamp hour battery. In fact, let's just quickly go over the AliExpress page. Now at this time, it's coming in at 29 euros. For those of you who are in Europe, please do the conversion into dollars yourself. But yeah, you can also see that some people who got the white model are also quite, not loading, satisfied with the look. But yeah, you can find all the information on this controller on the AliExpress website, and I will just scroll through this so you can read it for yourself if you are interested. We mainly got this controller because we were looking for one that you can connect to Android, but also PlayStation 3, because our PlayStation 3 controller is kind of giving up. Oh yeah, it has a good range of 10 meters. That's very important, I think. And yeah, except for that, I'm looking for the battery size. It's not loading, but I believe it was 600 milliamp hour battery life. Yeah, you can check it out yourself. Just look for the AliExpress webpage and read through it. So I was trying out PlayStation emulation with this controller because I remember I tried it with the Switch, and for some reason the mapping of the controller didn't work quite well. It didn't recognize the joysticks at all. The D-pad was okay, so I could play Mario Kart easily with the D-pad, but I was a bit disappointed that it didn't catch up immediately on the joysticks. I don't know what was going on, but I wanted to try PlayStation 3 because no, PlayStation 2, sorry, because there we will need the joysticks, and I just wanted to see if it was emulator related or something. But luckily it works out quite well with the Odin 2, and I'm using Ether, what is it called? Ether something, the emulator, you will know it. And this is Grandia, and as you can see, I can, yeah, it's connected. I can press all the buttons. This is Grandia 2, the PlayStation 2 version, and now that the dialogue, I hope the dialogue ends soon so I can show you how the controller works live. Come on. But yeah, Grandia 2 is one of my favorite nostalgia games. I remember my mom got it on her way to the back from the supermarket, and we were saving quite a lot back in the day. That's also a reason why I didn't really get to play with consoles a lot, only when I was visiting cousins. But she brought this game home, but it was the PC game version, and I was so grateful and happy about that. And yeah, I remember playing this hours on end and replaying it because, yeah, that was one of the few only games that I had, and I just loved it. Okay, so here we are. It's running a bit slow. I believe it's because of of all the texture that it has to load. Not sure, but yeah, you see the joystick works fine. This one is not configured. We don't need it for this game. And L1, R1, they are set up for the camera as it should be. And yeah, you can also use the D-pad, reacts, but then we're just walking a little bit too slow. And yeah, it works. Okay, so let's try it with a different game that is a bit more fast-paced, like for example Tekken. And yeah, you'll see that everything works perfectly on there as well. Yeah, this loading screen also brings up a lot of memories. Yep. So let's just quickly go over some things. Yeah, something that's strange and that sometimes happens when I map any controller that I got on the internet or mainly AliExpress is that sometimes it detects the inputs wrong. For example, with the D-pad, it will mess up that up is up. It will instead put in down instead of up. So I have to configure it the opposite way. Wait, this would be the opposite way. And that's a little bit odd. Not sure what to do. Like, I just do it the other way and then it works and then that's fine for me. But I don't think that should be happening. So not sure if that's a hardware issue, a software issue, and I should probably let them know. Just, yeah, to have them do some troubleshooting. But that's not the point right now. I just want to show you that that works nicely. I haven't played Tekken for a long time, so I'm just button smashing. Was never good at remembering any combos. But yeah, you can see that it all works well. Now that I think of it, since I can't memorize any combos, it's difficult to prove that all the inputs are working correctly. But you can see all the special attacks. I guess they work. The controller detects everything, and it feels nice. So how do I shift again? That's what the dude was doing. Paul is his name. But yeah, it works. It doesn't feel unnatural. The D-pad is fine too, I guess. And everything works out well. So, would I recommend this controller? I mean, what can I say? It works as it should when everything is configured, and it's a bit too bad that it's not a Bluetooth controller. That would be even better, because even though I didn't have the dongle connected, it did identify that this controller exists. I could kind of, I think, connect it over Bluetooth, but it was not able to map any of the buttons and the joystick, everything, when I tried to do it in the emulator. So I guess it does recognize the controller, but for some reason still, button controller mapping doesn't work. So I'm not sure exactly. Everything worked perfectly with the dongle. I could map the buttons and play like now. But yeah, it would be even better if this was a Bluetooth controller, just out of convenience. But then you would also get input lag probably. So yeah, gotta pick your poison. And for me personally, I wouldn't pick it again. I decided not to get the white, clear, icy, nice looking controller, because I'm just not a fan of the D-pad. It's not satisfying for me. But again, this is just personal preference. Everything else is totally fine, and if I get button caps, joystick caps, then I wouldn't feel this weird, tough, harsh texture either. Feels nice in the hand. I really love the RGB lights and the techie design here, and yeah, also the joystick. The analog triggers, etc. Yeah. So, oh yeah, you can also see that the RGB light effects extend to the back a little bit, on the sides, or rather on the bottom. So that's pretty cool. Probably also in the dark. Let me turn down the lights, in fact, to show you what it looks like. So yeah, ain't that beautiful? I love it. Here on the bottom, it also flares a bit out into the grips. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I would recommend it if you like the D-pad and don't mind having to connect it with a dongle. So this is it for my quick unboxing and tour over the Machenike G3S. Let me know what you guys think. Would you get it? Do you like the way it looks and probably feels? Or do you have a different controller that looks just as cool as this but is Bluetooth? Because I really want a controller that's like budget friendly, because I'm not like a super engaged gamer yet, but you know, has all the most important perks. So yeah, let me know what you think, if you have any recommendations. I hope this was somewhat interesting to you. And yeah, if you like it, then please like and subscribe. I also plan on uploading more diverse content, sometimes that has nothing to do with gaming, but with tech. For example, here I am wearing my smartwatch. It's an Amazfit Bip U smartwatch and a smart ring, because this is another test that I'm doing, how accurate this is. Okay, we're going off track. I'm done with this unboxing video, and yeah, hope you guys like it. Please subscribe and like, and see you next time.